You are now tuned into the Captain's Law Podcast
with your host, Rob Marbury.
All right, folks. We're back in the lab. We're back in the studio. This is the Captain's Log Podcast, man. Home for your NBA and NFL sports and culture and perspective, and also from time to time conversations beyond sports, man. I'm your host, Rob, man. Good evening. Bear with me, man. I'm tired. I had a bunch of shit I had to do when I got in the house, but I was like, man, I can't get back into the podcast and game, man, on the wrong foot and skipping recording night. So I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually doing some little tests right now in the studio, man. Stand by, but I'm doing some things in here, man. I won't say nothing about it right now, but I hope everybody's doing well, man. It's gonna be fairly short to the point tonight. We're gonna be covering no NFL tonight. We're gonna be covering NBA, around the league, All-Star Weekend recap. Some other things going on in the NBA. We are going to be covering some culture and perspective stuff. That'll be more so on the Valentine's Day side, because that just passed this weekend, extended weekend, Valentine's Day and President's Day, if you celebrate it, as well as some of my, I call it rants / free thoughts, and then there'll be a milestone that I'll talk to you guys about. So, again, if you're new here, man, my name is Rob, man. I'm a 40-year-old podcaster. I reside in Maryland, man. I've been doing this for about pushing 6 years, man, between doing this and doing some camera work and stuff too, man. I love the podcast. I love to talk, man, and I love to give my opinion. So if that's what you're looking for, you think this is a place that you want to call home, man, I encourage you to, subscribe wherever you listening to your audio podcast, man. I drop every Tuesday, whether it's Tuesday at midnight or Tuesday night. I drop every Tuesday. So, and the format goes from week 1 NFL to NBA Finals, game 6, 7, or 8. As soon as the NBA Finals is done, I might do one more episode just to top that up, and then I'm done for the summer. That's my time to take a break, reset, do some other things, and come back fresh. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so in the NBA, man, we can start. First things first, man. Chris Paul announces retirement, man. 21 seasons. And he said, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I kind of seen it coming, man, when the Clippers picked him back up. And it seemed like he just been really kind of getting the run around the last few years on these teams and stuff that he been on. So, 21 years is more than enough time, man. A lot of guys in the league these days and in the past wasn't making it that long. So I salute you, man. Congratulations. We're going to go over some career stats, man, for this most likely first ballot Hall of Famer. Career stats. Average, he leaves the league averaging 16.8 points, 4.4 rebounds, 9.2 assists, 46% field goal range, and 23,058 points. Again, that's 21 years in the league. Played for the teams Pelicans, Clippers, Rockets, Thunder, Suns, Warriors, Spurs, and back to the Clippers to retirement. So, congratulations to you, sir. You had a good run, man. You definitely was pivotal to the game. I mean, I'm gonna keep it a bean. You definitely added some of that flopping to the game. But as far as like complete point guards, man, he would definitely go down as one of the greatest. Let me get a sip of water real quick. Sorry, I gotta get this mic thing together, man. I got 2-3 different mic stands. I'm trying to figure out which one is which. Now I just feel like I'm holding this one, so I'm not feeling this. My arms need to be free. Anyway, so congratulations to Chris Paul again. Next, man, we got some NBA teams that are being fined for what they call it roster management, also known as tanking. So the last two teams, Utah Jazz and the Indiana Pacers, both these teams were fined. The Jazz was fined $500,000. Damn. and the Pacers were fined $100,000. Now, let me put this out here. Both of these teams stink. The Jazz are 13th in the West right now, and the Pacers are 14th in the East. So this definitely looks the way it looks. This is when the Jazz were playing the Rocket. I mean, they were playing the Orlando Magic, and they was up by like 15, 20 points. And all of a sudden, they sat majority of their starters going into the fourth quarter. And then as Orlando was creeping back in to possibly win the game, they still didn't put the starters back in. They ended up losing the game, which was insane. Now, they did it again when they played Miami, even though they beat Miami, but it still looks how it looks. It looked like y'all tanking, and the Pacers did it too. It's crazy that the Pacers are like literally neck and neck with my Wizards, and it was just in the NBA Finals last year. Insane. So how do we feel about the tanking? First and foremost, I think we really, really need to scratch this lottery thing, man. Like, whoever thought the lottery system was a good idea, it's a horrible idea. If you are the worst team in the league, you should just get the number one draft pick. If you're the second worst, you should get second, and so on. How these teams, like my Wizards, I got to use them as an example. The Wizards they've been in the lottery the last damn 3 or 4 years, and we still end up with like the 6th, 7th, or 8th pick. We have not gotten, we got the second pick one time, and that was the Alex Sarr, and he doing all right now, but shit. Not enough to say that, we got a second pick. So, no, I think we should just scratch that. But, yeah, teams tanking, like blatantly tanking. I mean, what you expect, man? Like real life. What do you expect? You already implemented load management, and you let that shit go for anybody. At first, load management was only for the players like 35 and up, and now it seems like anybody can do load management. Players they're not playing back-to-backs. You sitting them on the bench, and now you tanking for the draft picks. I mean, this is what you allowed, and they've been doing this. Like, this shit been happening. Now it's just getting a little bit more blatant at this point. And if the Jazz want to sit there and deny it, they're damn lie. Because I was watching the game, and I was like, why they sit all them dudes down and the game not over? So, and some other teams that's doing it too that ain't been fined yet. The Wizards did it too. It was last week, man. They had a guy that was his first time playing, and he played like 30-some odd minutes, and they got blown out by like 30 points. So I'm like, why are we sitting players like it's the end of the season? We still got another like 20-something games. What is it? After All-Star, we 82 games. You still got at least another 25, 30 games until, regardless of you making the playoffs or not, still plenty of basketball to be played for you to just be benching players. So the Utah Jazz, y'all just was going to bench y'all starting 5 every third quarter for the rest of the season? Y'all want the first pick that bad? I got to look. Who supposed to be number one draft pick? He that good? Is it another Cooper Flag? Let me know. But I think it's insane, man. So, like, again, man, these players, dog, they get paid millions of dollars. The NBA is a billion-dollar industry, bruh, and y'all are really putting out a bullshit product right now, bruh. You're putting out a bullshit product. We want to see competitive basketball every night. You know why? Because you paid this nigga $200 million. You paid this nigga $250. The next set of niggas coming in, you gonna pay them $300, bro. For $200 million, for $150 million. Y'all need to be out there busting y'all ass every night. Yes, this is your job, dog. I'm not talking about any player in specific, but I'm talking about the league in entirely. We should not have to wait until after All-Star break to get some quality basketball. I mean, let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me, but I'm standing on that, man. So anyway, man, NBA All-Star Weekend, Lord, I'm gonna give it. I want to rate it. I'm gonna rate it first, and then I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2.9 out of 5. All right, hear me out. All right, so again, I felt the same way I felt about the Super Bowl as how I felt about this, man. It just didn't feel like All-Star Weekend. I didn't see a lot of promotion. You had a lot of no names out there, celebrity games, rookie, sophomore, all that shit. All-Star game, dunk contest, 3-point line, 3-point contest. First and foremost, why did this shit come on so early? Like, usually like shit don't really get popping till like 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. And Saturday, like the dunk contest was done by 8. Like the whole everything that was getting shown Saturday was done by like 8. So what did that shit start at, like 4 or 5 o'clock? I didn't even see the 3-point contest because I just assumed that like, oh, it's about 7 o'clock, I can start turning shit on. But by that time, like the dunk contest had already started. So whoever thought it was okay to come up with like that concept was crazy. And I peak game, which I tried to do, NBA. I peak game, which you tried to do. Y'all try to put all these little lights and shit on the seats to make it seem like it was people out there flashing their phones. It was not a lot of people in them stands, man. I looked up the tickets, man, and they said the ticket prices jumped tremendously from last year and the year before that. So a lot of people didn't go, man. You know, people out there holding up trophies. It's just an empty fucking gym for real. It's just whoever's at the bottom. Of course, you had some folks there. You know, they had the celebrities there. You know, 2 Chainz, them, Obama, Queen Latifah, all them, Kyrie, yeah, all them there. But it wasn't nobody up in them stands though. So I thought that was crazy. I didn't see the 3-point contest, so I can't say. But I think it's crazy that Dame Lillard, who's supposed to be hurt, that he playing in the 3-point contest. If you can play in the 3-point contest, you can get your ass hobnobbing down that court. Dunk contest was trash. Let's just call it what it is, and let's go ahead and put that shit on the shelf and tell motherfuckers really want to do it. A bunch of fucking who are these guys? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at Jackson Hayes. Man, that was the weakest fucking dunk ever, bro. And Jackson Hayes for the Lakers, like, he really, really be throwing that shit down. But to do that weak-ass dunk, like, bro, why even do it? You know what I'm saying? You had old boy from Miami who won, who said he got a call at the last minute. I'm assuming that he took old boy's spot from Detroit when they had that little physical altercation. Jalen Duren. I'm assuming that they took his spot because he was supposed to be in the dunk contest, if I'm not mistaken, but it was weird because he was in the All-Star game. But okay. Them dunks was weak, man. And it's crazy that, you know, Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady, y'all sit up there really like saluting these dudes. I wish y'all just tell them the fucking truth, that shit fucking stinked. Like, y'all really couldn't, I just couldn't be sitting up there with a straight face like, man, y'all did a great job. No, it was some bullshit, man. And then what make it worse is Mac McClung just go ahead and rub it in their face and then posted the next day some pre-warm-up dunks that he would have did if he joined. And even his not as good as, not his worst dunk out of them 4 was still better than all them shits that they did. So my question is, have we ever thought to like really ask some of the high flyers who know they should be in the dunk contest? I ain't talking about LeBron either, but like these high flyers that's in there, like why they don't want to do it. The last good dunk contest was with Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, bro. That's the last good one. And if it's one after that, let me know. I don't remember. But why not? You know what I'm saying? Even then, like, even though like they was you know, they was young in their career, so they was coming out, and we could say that they wasn't superstars, but they came out to fucking play though. And why don't y'all want to do it? John Morant, Zion, motherfucking Anthony Edwards, fucking Giannis, whoever else I'm missing, old boy, Stephen Castle from the Spurs. Why don't y'all want to be in the dunk contest, bro? Like, the All-Star weekend is like some of the greatest entertainment that you can give to people who pay all this money to fly and see y'all. Like, that's more important than a NBA championship in somebody's own city. We real life enjoy the All-Star weekend. We like to see y'all like really competitive going back and forth. I'm beginning to them All-Star games too. But like, why not? You know what I'm saying? And keep it a bean, bro. If y'all not gonna do it, again, scratch that shit and add like some 1v1s or something. Like, add some 1v1s. Oh, y'all don't want to dunk no more? Boom. Let's do 1v1s, get a couple of people in there, get some shifty shit in there, get Kyrie and them in there. That's really what people want to see. We want to see y'all play hard. We want to see y'all play like y'all did to get to the NBA. Like them first couple of years y'all was in the NBA, when y'all was really out here like putting shit on y'all fucking back and hooping. And I don't want to hear all this injury and all that. It ain't up but 4 motherfucking dunks. So ain't nobody gonna fucking get hurt. You had that one fucking idiot from Jason Richardson's son try to do some wild shit and bang his goddamn head on the ground. I mean, at least he tried. You know what I'm saying? I done seen him in the game, so he can jump out the gym. But no, man. You know who the fuck we want to see, man? We want to see the entertainment, bro. Entertain us. Let me know if I'm bugging, man. If I'm bugging out, like, let me know. But we watching it for entertainment, right? Not niggas sitting on the bench cute with nice outfits on and a bunch of fucking jewelry and their fucking nails painted. We not there to see that. We there to see niggas hoop. What else? And then let's get to the All-Star games, right? So they got these three teams. I'm gonna call it how I see it. The Euros versus the OGs versus the YGs. The Europeans versus the old guys and the young guys. I call them young guns. I'm gonna start off by saying that Victor Wembanyama was really out that bitch trying to play. Like he was playing like this was regular season. I can respect that, dog. I can respect that. And I did see something on the side where LeBron was like, fuck Wemby or something like that because he was like upset because like niggas wasn't really playing. But what you expect, bro? Like y'all be listen, bro. Listen, tell you some real shit. Y'all be wondering why like these European players be fucking around to be the face of the league. Y'all be wondering why they be getting this treatment and they be getting picks and they can go wherever they want. Y'all be wondering why, bro, because they get in and they bout that business, man. These American players be out here bullshitting around, lollygagging, country as hell, just shooting the shit instead of just fucking playing what we watch, which gets you paid. Because at the end of the day, if everybody tomorrow said, I'm not watching basketball no more, they're going to start cutting them checks. They're going to be like, well, you know what? The viewership is way down, so we're going to have to start taking some money away. But y'all want us to just keep on, like, we won't just sit back and keep accepting the fucking bullshit that y'all giving us. Right? The Euro team came out, they was really trying to play. And when they was playing the OGs, it was a good game. It was a good game. Kawhi was going the fuck off, boy. Man, let me tell you about Kawhi Leonard, bro. Kawhi Leonard, if he could stay healthy, oh my God, he's unfucking stoppable, bro. He had 31 points in 12 minutes. 12-minute quarters, bro. 12-minute games. 31 points. He boy couldn't miss. Layups, mid-range, fadeaways, three-pointers, dunks, foul shots, fresh cornrows, motherfucker looking slim and trim. Bro, he was hooping. Jaylen Brown was hooping too. I'm just calling out a couple of players, man. Jaylen Brown was hooping. Anthony Edwards was hooping. He was the MVP of the whole shit, man. The boy, he gonna be the face of the league, whether y'all like it or not. He gonna be the one that's gonna bring it back from the Euro players. Then when we got to game 4, when it was the OGs versus the YGs, OGs was I don't understand. I mean, I guess they was tired, but I mean, they wasn't giving them shit. You might as well have not even played that last game, man, because it was some bullshit. Like they was out there running around. The younger players is winning. They was getting easy layups. They wasn't playing no defense. All that defense and shit y'all was playing and block shots and actually running, contesting shots and layups y'all was doing all that in the beginning. That shit went out the window for the last game. Y'all just gave the shit up. You just gave it up. So it was like all of that excitement that you gave us. Them first 3 games, you just shit the bed at the end, man. You just was like, all right, well, I think we gave them enough. So niggas wasn't even running. Everybody just shooting fucking threes to try to get back in the game. So that's why initially I would have been like, oh yeah, it's a 3.5 because they was playing. They was playing pretty competitive. They was playing about as competitive as I've ever seen them since back in the day when I was a young buck. But do I like the format? I don't know about the 3-team shit, but like I do like the format of whatever is going to make them play competitively. But like players don't care. Like even Jamal Murray said, this is his first time making it as an All-Star, and he was literally like, man, I don't even give a shit. Like even Jaylen Brown was like, this is his first year as like a starter in an All-Star game. He was like, it don't feel no different. Like them niggas really don't care. They just out here putting on the show. They rather just be getting some little rest before they got to hoop. I get it, bro. Like, y'all need y'all rest, but bro, like this is what you signed up for. And I'm just a firm believer of like, if this is the contract you signed, this is your job. Do your fucking job. That's your job. Your job is to come in and win your team a championship and participate in all the other shit that come with it. You getting paid, ain't you? I mean, you didn't got paid. What's the problem? You can't just give 100%. You know what I'm saying for one weekend. I'm just saying, man. So, but I will say this just to end it with the basketball. If this is going to be the foundation of like getting a little bit more competitiveness, I'm cool with that. And you notice when Anthony Edwards got his MVP trophy, he came out and said, "Yeah, we chose to come out and compete today." I like that because that's just a little jab for the rest of the motherfuckers who was out there wasn't doing shit. So I appreciate that, man. And it's like if it has to be a player that's going to be outspoken and kind of point out the obvious that niggas is really out here bullshit, but everybody want to get paid, then so be it. And Anthony Edwards, they're going to end up paying him $300 too, man. So that's all I got for the basketball, man. Let's get to culture perspective. Another sip of water. Give me 15 seconds. Damn. Sorry about that, y'all. Anyway, so, Valentine's Day just passed this weekend, man. And it's very interesting. Me and my wife been together 19 years. We'll be married 12 in November. And, although we have been together for a long time, we still take Valentine's Day fairly serious. And, for us, it's the little things that count. So, at minimum, a card and some flowers. I feel like at minimum, that's what should be coming from me. And not just any card. Like a card that actually resonates with what we got going on or who she is as a person, etc. Like, if I just go and grab any type of card and just hand it to her and say, "Hey, here you go," like that's kind of like some bullshit. But like, I always try to like take my time. I might go to CVS or Safeway or Giant or something and look for a card, and it might not even be the right one. You know what I'm saying? I might not find the one that resonate with me. I might have to come back another day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely it's always gonna be like a message behind it. It's gonna mean something. I try to get some flowers too. I went to this little flower shop. Usually I just get flowers from the grocery store, but I tried. It was like, let me try one of these little spots. Hell nah, man. These motherfuckers wanted like $275 for like 6 roses. I'm like, what the fuck difference between that rose and the one in Safeway next door? So when they got me some roses for $40 and stepped the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? So, but we also ended up taking the kids to a Whitetail Resort for snow tubing for Valentine's Day. So, granted, that wasn't necessarily for us, but it was just a time where we want to get the kids, get that family time in, man. We had some friends there. Everybody got to link up and fellowship. It was a good time, even though it was like 50-something degrees, and they had to put the fake snow on. They had to put it down there thick. But we had a good time though, man. And as always, me and my wife, we really enjoyed each other, man. So, but what's up with this Valentine's Day shit? What's that? Like, what the fuck is a Valentine's Day? What's this? All just a bunch of women get together and what y'all be doing? I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all, and I usually listen. This is out of my realm. I don't be talking about no men, women shit. I don't talk about that, but it really screams like it's like a SOS for help when y'all ladies be having all these functions and y'all be getting like super smashed and y'all be wearing like these crazy sexy clothes or lingerie and it just be a bunch of women. Like y'all on that shit or what? Like y'all on each other or what? Because that's the only reason why I could see like a bunch of women would get dressed up to be around a bunch of women at a function with a bunch of alcohol and weed and whatever the fuck else y'all doing. Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially some of y'all be like 30 and up. Like, y'all don't think y'all too old to be doing that shit? Like, if you ain't got no Valentine, you ain't got one. But you trying to turn some shit into something just for the sake to be a part of Valentine's Day. It's like, it's a little weird. Like, just imagine a bunch of dudes was like, "Baby, we gonna have a Valentine's Day at my house, man. Y'all get fresh and come over and get some cups." Then what y'all gonna be saying? Like, what kind of suspect shit y'all over there doing? So, just give me a little perspective from a male. It look a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? But what did y'all do, though? Like, let me know. Look me up on Instagram, Marbury_amazing, MARBURY_amazing. Let me know what you did for Valentine's Day, man. And if you're listening on Spotify, you can comment. You can comment on the episode, man. So do that, too. And while you at it, subscribe and give me a 5-star rating, right? Right where the claps at. Yeah, do that. So lastly, I'm being quick, man, because I'm tired. Call this free thought, man. So this weekend that passed marks 4 years since I quit drinking alcohol. Let's get another clap on that. Extended clap. Just do 10-second clap on that. Yep. Appreciate that. All right. So I'm going to give you the backstory on why I quit drinking. So I started drinking when I was about 15 going into 16. You know what I'm saying? So this is back when 40 ounces, you know what I'm saying, 211 Schlitz malt liquors, Old English, you know what I'm saying, Miller high gravities. That's when shit like that was in. So I had my first beer and my first blunt at the same time when I was 15, 16 years old. And although the first day was a horrible experience, it was something that I was like, oh, I can fuck with this. So, you know, most high school parties we was going to, we was drinking. Don't ask me how we was getting it, but we was getting it. So drinking then, you know what I'm saying, graduated high school, went off to the military, you know, went overseas and all that, went to Iraq. I went to Iraq like shortly after 9/11. I was in Iraq. That was in 2001. In 2003 to 2004, I was in Iraq. No, 2004, I was in Iraq. And came home 2005. And came home drinking. Drinking had enhanced significantly because I'm stressed out, man. Stressed out, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, when you know, they don't tell you, man, but them first 4 years in the military, you ain't making no money. Don't let it fool you. Just you see a nigga in that Charger. That's his whole check. Check ain't but like $400 or $500. Look, that's enough for a car note, and your phone and your cable. That's it. You eating from the chow hall till further notice. So no money, and I was a homebody, man. I was stationed in North Carolina, so I was always driving up here, man. So first thing I wanted to do when I got home, I bought a car. Always wanted to drive, man. I had no license. I bought a car. Got my mother to go with me. Sealed the deal. Was driving up and down. So then, you know, once it was time for me to get out, I had already had several instances where, you know, we're just too drunk. So I was like a binge drinker, pretty much. Like, after a stressful week, I felt like I had to drink enough liquor to cover Monday through Friday. All right. And as a result, man, I was just always just doing dumb stuff, man. And, you know, I'm a social bug, man. So, like, you know, I kind of was like low-key influencing people around me to drink, binge drink, taking shots, taking a bottle to the head, shit like that in the club, fried up, getting in fights, you know what I'm saying, losing shit. You know what I'm saying? Meeting random joints. You know what I'm saying? 19 years old, meeting up with random joints in North Carolina, doing anything. And then I got out. And they don't tell you, man, when you join the military, especially if you join the Marine Corps, that's what I was in. And when you don't have no plan, when you get back out, you're just a regular person again. You do 4 years in the military and you get out and you the same as a person who just graduated high school, didn't do shit. You the same person. So all that like, oh, welcome home, that shit short-lived, bro. So I walked around with a lot of that stress thinking. I felt like the world owed me. I felt like the world owed me a lot because of what I did. You know what I'm saying? Deploying to Iraq, deploying to Okinawa, all the training. You know what I'm saying? You know, seeing people really get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Hazing, racism, etc. You know, dealing with all that type of trauma, PTSD type shit. I felt like the world owed me a lot, and the world didn't have shit for me when I got out. All they had for me was you can go to school if you want to. But this was before like post 9/11 GI Bill. This was Montgomery GI Bill, which only covered tuition. Post 9/11 came out after I got out. And then I was like, okay, so it's some money. But, you know, met my wife now, you know what I'm saying, a couple of days after I got out. And she met me in raw form, you know, as a drunk, as an alcoholic, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't like no slushy nigga, like, you know, sitting in the corner with no brown paper bag or nothing. But it was like, when it was time to get drink, I was getting busted. That's all it was. So she seen me in my worst state, man. And as time went by, like, shit was just bad. And I just started having way too many embarrassing moments. You know what I'm saying? Embarrassing. Like, there's a video that circulates around Facebook every time my birthday come up. It's when I turn 30, and I was just absolutely slizzard outside talking motorcycle shit to some buddies and all that, man. And it was fun and all that to look at it after, man, but it's embarrassing. 10 years later, it's embarrassing. So every time the shit pops up, I keep reporting it. I was like, I'm gonna get this bitch removed. But when I got to age 36, man, I just noticed that my body was just kind of like starting to like reject it. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even drinking like heavily, but I was just drinking. So like, and this was around the pandemic, you know what I mean? So I would be like, it'd be Tuesday. I've been working in the house all day, chilling. Next thing you know, it's 4:00. I was like, well, we can't go nowhere. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me just pull me a little glass. You know what I'm saying? Even though everything was shut down, liquor stores was still open. So, and I wasn't drinking no cheap shit at that point. I was drinking, you know what I'm saying, mid to top shelf whiskey. I was drinking like Basil Hayden, Blanton, shit like that. And I was just having a glass, you know what I'm saying? One glass on the rocks, you know what I'm saying? Like every other day, to the point where it's like, why are you drinking? Then when reality hit is I woke up one morning and my foot was swollen. My big toe was swollen. And it was hurting. I was like, God damn, this motherfucker hurt. So I hit my man Rick. I said, hey man, did I fall or something last night? And he's like, what you mean? Because we went to Del Frisco's. And I was like, did I fall? He was like, nah. I was like, you sure? He said, bro, I just dropped you off and that was it. I said, okay, cool. So then my foot went down. And this is Valentine's Day weekend. So then me and my wife, we went to some little restaurant in Columbia, Maryland. And we had a bunch of seafood and he had some drinks and shit. And I woke up. I was awakened in the middle of the night, that night going into Sunday, screaming because my foot was maximum swole. Like my shit was swollen big time. My shit was hurting. I couldn't put no weight on it. I thought it was broke. So another day go by. The shit not going down. I can't move it. You know what I'm saying? I end up going to the emergency room. And they was like, yeah, you got gout, dog. So I was like, well, what that mean? He was like, your uric acid is too high, you know what I mean? Too much red meat, too much alcohol, too much seafood, too much salt. And this is what it does. This is your body, like saying, hey, enough is enough. So it took about a week and a half, you know what I'm saying, for that shit to go down. And once that happened, they said, look, this is what you're going to do. They was like, don't drink no alcohol for 30 days. No alcohol and limit the salt for 30 days and come back and see it. So I said, all right, bet. So I went 30 days. I didn't drink no alcohol. It was good. And then, you know what I'm saying, I went to see the doctor. They was like, okay, but like, just, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to drink alcohol, just drinking in portions. And I was like, I was in my head, I was like, well, I'm going to just see how long I can go. So I got to about 3 months. And I was like, damn. It's been 3 months, man. But I ain't gonna lie, I was like tweaking a lot, but I was like, damn, I need a cup, man. So I just try to, keep myself busy, man, to stay out of it. And, bruh, here we are 4 years later, bruh. Like, I haven't had no alcohol, man. So let's give another little clap for me. So I won't lie, bruh. Like, I did have to make some adjustments. Now, again, like, I used to go out all the time. I used to be at the bar. I used to be in the lounges, the clubs, the go-go's, all that. Like, I definitely don't be going to them bars like that no more. Like I do like a pool hall or something, but like anywhere that's just like a bar and the only thing is in there and it's a bar and it's seats and it's just alcohol and the chicken wings and shit, I tend not to go to because it's not that I'm going to be in there like tempted to drink. I'll be bored. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like I start looking at other people. When you the sober person in the room and everybody else around you drinking, you just tend to watch. And I'm just like, damn. That motherfucker had 5 drinks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, he gonna be twisted. She gonna be twisted. I'm just in there just literally just pointing out who I know gonna be twisted. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where I was just like, all right, well, I just started removing myself, started doing other shit. So, it's an adjustment, man. And a lot of people, will be like, well, damn, how you just do a cold turkey? Well, look, man, when you done drank hard every weekend for 20 years, bro, it's like, what else am I getting? You know what I'm saying? I can't, I done been as drunk as I ever been. I done had the most fun I ever had fun. I done had the most scares I've ever had. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been fucking shot at. I've been locked up. You know what I'm saying? I've been crying. I've been angry. I've been fighting. I've been, just a ball of emotion, man. So I went to therapy, you know what I'm saying? Expressed, what was going on. Just, talking to people, just being very vocal and honest about what I had going on, bro. And I stand here today, 4 years, no alcohol. I ain't saying I ain't doing nothing. I'm just saying I ain't drinking. You get me? But I just thought I wanted to share that with y'all, man. This is just me just, letting y'all in on shit that I got going on in my life, man. So I'm very proud of that, man. But that's all I got, man. This is episode 7, man. I'm sorry, bro. I will make sure that I'm fully rested the next time I get on this mic. I really will, man. Again, man, if you like what you heard, man, please subscribe, man. Please subscribe. Fuck with ya, boy. Please. I'm everywhere you can stream audio, and there might be some shit coming down the line in the future. I'll let you know. But you are listening to the Captain's Law Podcast, man. Captain out.